Sometimes when you set boundaries, you may feel guilty when you move from self-sabotaging behavior to self-protected behavior. You start feeling bad about that. You see, repositioning never changes our relationships. It exposes it. It never changes the relationship. It exposes it. When you reposition, when you start setting up boundaries, if that relationship is eliminated, it accelerated the inevitable. Good day, beautiful people. I am Codrigus Alexander, aka Pastor C, and I am the host of Hear My Heart podcast, where we're staying true to the truth in love.
Hear my heart, staying true to the truth in love. Hear my heart, staying true to the truth in love.
Welcome. I am so thankful that you are here and tuning in for this episode of Hear My Heart podcast. To our first-time viewers and listeners, thank you for tuning in. While you're here, why don't you be so kind and subscribe to our channel and hit that alert button so that you can stay in the know of everything that we have going on here at Hear My Heart podcast. And to our returning viewers and listeners, thank you so much for rocking with us on this journey. It means a lot to see you engaging and you're sharing your thoughts about the different episodes that we've shared so far. So thank you for that. Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is critical for all of us, and that is self-love, self-care. The difference between self-love and selfishness. Before we get into this episode, I want to read a quote that I came across. It says, heal, H-E-A-L, so you can hear what's being said without the filter of your wound. Heal, so you can hear what's being said without the filter of your wound. Don't filter or hear something through your hurt. It's best to heal so that you can hear what's being said versus assuming what you heard. Self-love. Say this with me. I love myself. There's a song that says, you ain't gotta like me, I like myself. You ain't gotta love me, I love myself. Can we play that? I want to play that. I want to play that just a little bit so you can hear it, just to get the vibe of it. You ain't gotta like me, I like myself. You ain't gotta love me, I love myself. Self-love. Let's play that a little bit.
You ain't gotta like me, I like myself. You ain't gotta love me, I love myself.
Yeah. Self-love. Love yourself. Love yourself. I need to ask you this, though, as we endeavor to get to that place. Have you ever struggled with self-love? Have you ever constantly been in a space of critiquing yourself and feeling like you weren't good enough? Have you ever focused on your flaws and your shortcomings more than your victories and your assets? Have you ever felt like you were living in a constant state of self-doubt and negativity? The lack of self-love has been something that can affect every component of your life. And how do I know this? I'm glad you asked. I have struggled with self-love. I know, hard to believe, but it's true. I have suffered or struggled with self-love, struggled to make decisions fearing I would make the wrong choice, struggle with opening up in relationships, afraid of being rejected or hurt. But one day, I realized that this negative talk, this negative self-talk and lack of self-love was holding me back from living my fullest life. I resolved that I no longer was concerned about what people thought about me. I came to that place. You see, I resolved that I'm no longer concerned about the people around me or what their opinions are about me. I'm concerned about the God who's over me. You see, people's opinions shouldn't carry much weight on you. There's nothing special about an opinion because it's something we all have. It's just an opinion, right? So I was no longer self-conscious. I became God conscious. I started practicing self-compassion and acknowledging my strengths and focusing on my positive qualities. I learned to embrace my imperfections and love myself exactly as I am. I realized that I am enough. Say that. Say, I am enough just as I am. Yeah. And when I resolved to that place, man, it became so liberating. It was one of the most liberating feelings of all. Resolving that I am good enough and I like me for me. You see, loving yourself is the first key to true happiness and fulfillment. You can't give somebody something that you don't have. Loving yourself is the first key to happiness and fulfillment, to joy and fulfillment, to peace and fulfillment. Loving yourself. What is self-love? What is self-love? Self-love is practicing it's practicing the practice of acceptance and embracing yourself exactly as you are, flaws and all. This is me. I love me. I'm good with who I am, and I'm thankful for the flaws and all. I'm accepting me for me. Here's some examples of self-love. Number one, hear my heart as I speak on this. I don't want anyone getting offended. Learn to accept your body and your shape. Accept your body shape and your size. Don't be moved by what you see out here. I'm telling you, people catfishing out here. Don't get caught up in the social media. Everyone has these perfect bodies and perfect skin. Don't buy the lie. You got people buying boobs, people buying lips, people buying butts, men and women. You got men buying abs. No, don't have some self-love. Embrace your body shape and your size. Embrace your personality traits and embrace all of that. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. There is a distinct difference. I'm telling you, there's a distinct difference between self-love and selfishness. A distinct difference. So when someone tries to tell you that you're being selfish because you're giving yourself self-love and you're concerned about you, don't buy the lie. For selfishness is about putting yourself is about putting your own needs above others. Say it again. Selfishness is about putting your own needs above others. That's selfishness. Whereas self-love is about taking care of yourself so you can show up fully for others. There's a big difference there. You're concerned about the other person. When you good, you good. Before there can be a we, there's got to be a me. Before I can help you get healed, I got to get healed. Before I can give you love, I got to give myself love. Love isn't love until it's given away, but I can't give you something that I don't have. Don't look for something in a person and you know they don't have it to give. If you see a person that's not loving, that's not caring, that's not kind to themselves, don't expect them to be loving, caring, and kind to you. Don't deceive yourself. When you see the red flags, be lying. Get out of there. Otherwise, you're going to become frustrated. And frustration is unfulfilled expectations. I thought I could change him. I thought I could change her. I thought I can show them a better way. Don't look at everyone or every relationship as a project. Work on you for the sake of. As a matter of fact, instead of saying, I'll take care of you, If you take care of me, I'll take care of you. Instead of saying that, say this: I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of me for you. You take care of you for me. You see, because the moment you start taking care of you, you get stronger, you get wiser, 10 times stronger, 10 times wiser. And you can bring so much more to the table. You can really show up for the person. You can really help out in that relationship. Take care of you so that you can take care of others. Got that? That's good stuff. There are consequences. There are consequences for not loving yourself first. Consequence for not loving yourself first. And the first one is mental illness. Yep, mental illness. Mental illness. It wreaks havoc in a person's life when they stop showing love to themselves, or when they don't show love to themselves. They are trying to please people. Low self-esteem becomes their issue. Depression, anxiety. Depression smiles. You can't tell if a person is depressed by their outer exterior, by their smiles. That's why it's so important that we're kind to everyone. You know, you want people to feel loved, feel cared for. If they don't love themselves, love them enough to the point where they see the need to begin to love themselves. Physical health, chronic stress, mental health is shown. And then there's the physical health, the chronic stress, the digestive problems. Your immune system is weakened. So many different things happen when you don't show yourself self-love. In relationships, you start people pleasing, right? Codependency, attracting unhealthy partners, decision making or lack thereof. You lack confidence in making decisions. You're very indecisive. You prioritize others' opinions over yours. You'd rather hear what they think versus what you believe and how you really feel. No, self-love will cause you to see that your opinions are valued. Don't be moved by the opinions of other people. There's nothing great about people's opinions. There's nothing great about opinions, nothing special about it. We all have them. There's nothing unique about opinions. We all have opinions. So don't be moved by the opinions of other people concerning you, concerning your life. You must practice self-love. You must practice self-care. Getting enough sleep is a way of showing self-care. Eating nutritious food, engaging in activities that bring joy, right? Engage in activities that bring you joy, that brings you joy. It's okay to love you. It's okay to have to make the decision that you want to be happy, that you want to find some joy in a particular project or particular activity. If you don't want to do something, hey, say you don't want to do something. And I hope I don't get canceled for this or get in trouble for this, but Five Guys restaurant. You know, we had Five Guys about a week ago now, and my entire house got sick. We sure did. So I resolved that, and this wasn't the first time that has happened with me. So I told Lydia, I said, baby, it doesn't matter. If we're out and we have a group of people that's saying we're going to Five Guys, we, the Alexanders, are not going to Five Guys. We'll go somewhere else and eat. But Five Guys is no longer on our choice of meals, right? So you engage in activities that keep you healthy. You engage in eating better. And if it's something that you are not comfortable with, don't do it. Another one, as it relates to self-care, boundary settings. Boundary settings. And sometimes when you set boundaries, you may feel guilty when you move from self-sabotaging behavior to self-protected behavior. You start feeling bad about that. You see, repositioning never changes our relationships, it exposes it. It never changes the relationship, it exposes it. When you reposition, when you start setting up boundaries, if that relationship is eliminated, it accelerated the inevitable because you set boundaries. It means that the relationship was going to be eliminated anyway. And thanks be to God, it happened sooner than later. Set boundaries. Boundaries helps you stay healthy. When you set boundaries, it exposes that the relationship had conditions attached to it when they start eliminating the relationship, which is fine. It's not evil, but it just exposes that the person that the relation in that relationship had conditions attached to it. And it puts you in a place of making better decisions and better judgments and having these relationships, right? It exposes the person's intent. And they are going to be, they may not be favorable to you, and they may not like the decision that you make, but it's going to be a favorable response for you when you take a stance, when you make a decision. Something else you need to do in self-care, learn to say no. Learning to say no is liberating. Say no. Come on, say no. Say no. No. It's okay to say no. It's liberating. Prioritize your own needs. You see, setting healthy limits with others puts you in a position to be healthier. The person who you're trying to get acceptance from don't even know who they are. Say this with me. I will never be a slave to anyone. When you resolve that you're not going to be a people pleaser, that you're not going to constantly chase after people for validation, I'm telling you, you're going to resolve in your heart and you're going to come to know, first of all, you don't know who you are. So why should I look towards you or for you to tell me who I am? Oh, don't look for people who don't know who they are to tell you who you are. Shame on you if you are getting opinions from others about who you are and they don't know who they are. Begin to practice self-compassion. Practicing mindfulness and meditation brings health to the mind. Oh, he's saying meditate. Yeah, meditate. Take some time and meditate. Worrying is a negative form of meditation. You're constantly worrying about things. Become a Philippians 4. There's a book in the Bible. It's called the book of Philippians, in chapter 4. It says, think on these things that are lovely, that are just, that are honest, that have good report. Meditate on good things. The more you meditate upon things that are beautiful, lovely, and kind, the healthier you become. Your perspective changes. Your views are better. Challenging negative talk. Start challenging yourself about negative talk, negative self-talk. Treating yourself with kindness and understanding brings confidence. When you start treating yourself with kindness and understanding, you bring health to yourself. So we've said a lot. We've talked about this. I want to talk about overcoming obstacles to self-love. Negative self-talk is one of the things that we've got to stop doing. Identifying and challenging limiting beliefs. Identifying and challenging limiting beliefs. If you are around people who are speaking about limitations and saying that you can only go so far, and oh, don't do this, what about that? No, man, you exit stage left. Get away from that. If it's you talking about it, change the way you think, change your conversation, change your language. Practicing affirmation and positive self-talk brings healing where you are hurting. Yes. Sit down, stand, whatever it is, look in the mirror and speak who you are. Even if you're not that, begin to speak it into existence. Use your faith. Call those things that be not as though they were, and they shall come to be. Start speaking life to yourself. Start declaring who you are. Start setting up posters as to how you want to be. If in fact you are motivating or you are motivated to get in shape, get a perspective of how you want to be. Get a picture and say, this is my goal. That's not buying the lie of what society is saying. That's a goal you have in mind. I want you to get the two different, the distinctions distorted. Yeah, you can have some boundaries, some motivation. I want to look like that. Start working on that. Start speaking that very thing. Then, as you do that, you've got to address your past traumas. Address your past trauma. Seek professional help. That's how you can address your past traumas. Oh, he said, get a counselor. I did. It's okay to sit on someone's couch. Get some help. Practice, again, self-compassion and forgiveness. Remove yourself from societal pressure. Don't get caught up in that. Don't surround yourself with people that's pulling on you, that's putting pressure on you. Surrounding yourself with supportive people. Practicing self-acceptance and self-love in the face of criticism or judgment. Don't worry about it. Use self-acceptance. So how do you overcome obstacles to self-love? Remember, loving yourself first is not selfish. It's not a selfish act. It is a necessary one. When you prioritize your own well-being and happiness, you become a better friend, a better partner, a better parent, a better person. You become more confident, more resilient, and compassionate. You become wiser. You become stronger. Listen, you become the better version of yourself. Don't wait any longer to embrace your worth and your beauty. Don't wait any longer to embrace your worth and your beauty. Don't wait for someone else's validation or approval. Speak well of yourself. You are enough just as you are. You are worthy of love and acceptance right now. Choose self-love and self-acceptance. Choose to rise above the noise and the negativity. Choose to shine your light and share your gifts with the world. Listen to me. You got this. You got this. You got this. You can have self-love. You can speak life to you. You can start experiencing self-love like none other. And when you start loving yourself, I promise you'll become a magnet to other people that love themselves. And then they'll start pouring love into you. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't be a carbon copy of people that have had self-doubt, even if it's been your parents. Destroy that generational curse and start speaking life to yourself. Start loving yourself. Care about who you are. And you'll start seeing the value in others. When you start caring about yourself, you'll start seeing the value in others. And you will see that people cannot pull you in their game of self-sabotaging. Because when they start speaking death over you and they start speaking negativity over you, they're probably speaking how they truly feel about themselves. So what's the next step? What is the next step? What's the one thing you can do today to show yourself some love and kindness? What is the one thing you can do today? Like right now, what is the one thing you can do to show yourself love and kindness? Is it taking a relaxing bath, reading a book, or going for a walk? My little princess, Lydia, she loves to walk. She loves to go to the park. Earlier today, she said, Dad, can we go for a walk this evening? I said, baby, we'll see what's going on. Well, you said we're going to get walks in every day. So I owe her a walk in the morning. We got to go and do our walk. Take the first step. Whatever it is, just do it. Whatever. If it's taking a walk, if it's taking a drive, if it's reading a book, whatever it is, do it. Take the first step towards self-love and self-acceptance. And then share your journey, your struggles, and your victories. My brother, Tim Ross, I love his podcast. He talks about the struggles. He talks about the shortcomings, but he also talks about the victories. That brother has liberated me, and I'm so thankful for him. Maybe one day, God's will, we'll have him on a podcast and just to share even more about the need of self-love and self-care and self-acceptance. Share your story and inspire others to do the same. Rise up and shine your light for the world to see. Let's choose love. Let's choose kindness. Let's choose ourselves. That's all I got. Self-love is the key. All right. I love you big. Excuse me. Do not forget to subscribe. I want to pray for you before we get off this. I must pray for you. Dear God, thank you for my brother. Thank you for my sister. Whomever's viewing, whoever's listening, God, I pray that they heard you through this podcast. And Father, it is my prayer that you would move upon their hearts and cause healing to take place. God, I ask that you give them the fortitude to take this step towards self-love, to give them the paradigm shift they need to walk in this space. We drive back any and all things that would try to disrupt their ability to hear from you. We come against doubt, fear, unbelief, anything that would rob them of their freedom. We speak joy over their life now. We come against doubt, fear, unbelief. We sever every unhappy, every unhealthy, every unholy habit, every unhappy, every unhealthy, every unholy relationship. We come against that now in Jesus' name, and we release peace. We release your love over them now in Jesus' name. Amen. I love you big. Don't forget to subscribe and share. We'll see you soon. Peace.